I don't think there was there's much of a difference. There are differences now from when I was a kid because of the vast amounts of knowledge that have accumulated since then, but that's different from being a theist to an atheist. I didn't accept myself as an atheist until later in life. Back then I was trying to be a theist, and not knowledgeable about it, but just I wanted to trust what was being said to me. I hope that works. Okay, then let's see if we can go on to number 5, the last question.
And what is more important to you as an atheist? I mean, I guess this could really apply to you as a person, not simply an atheist, but what's more important? Acquiring as many true beliefs as possible, or not acquiring as many false beliefs as possible? Those are in fact very different things. For example, my answer is that I'm more interested in gaining as many true beliefs as possible because it makes life more interesting. I feel that focusing too much on skepticism or the interest in not acquiring false beliefs leads to a sort of bitterness and an unhealthy approach when it comes to assessing particular things in life. That doesn't mean, skepticism isn't necessary, or even, that I'm not saying it's even a bad thing, but I just think that acquiring true beliefs is just much more important. I mean, maybe that's just because I'm a theist, I don't know.
No. What is more important? Gaining true beliefs about the world or not gaining false beliefs about the world? And I'd almost say there's not much difference between them, but I'd come to think about my boss. Let's just put this in a certain perspective that other people might think about differently. I've seen one of my bosses whose approach to his relationship to his business is that of the view that I make money in order to work. And I've had other bosses who've had the approach that I work in order to make money. And the difference is the final goal. What is more important? And there's a vast difference. I'd much rather work for someone who thought that they made money in order to work because the work was important to them and they enjoyed that. The other one was just wanted to make money. It didn't matter who was thrown in the path or was traded off in order to make that money. So I can see that there's a certain element of difference between these, gaining true beliefs about the world or not gaining false beliefs about the world. In thinking about it, I'd have to say gaining true beliefs about the world, and I'm again talking about beliefs in a certain respect, and that is not the acceptance of things without evidence. So I'd be gaining information, basically, is the way I'm looking at it, not beliefs. I have a hard time with that term because it's used so wildly, and somebody throws it at you one way and then they say, well, don't you blah blah blah, in a way that it means something else, and they say therefore you accept it in a way that it means something different from that. And I don't accept the idea of beliefs as in accepting things without evidence. I do look for evidence of things. But to say that it's the equivalent of trust under the same circumstances, no. As I say, I believe the light will come on when I throw the switch because I know that the light will come on when I throw the switch. So in this sense, I'm speaking of belief as know, as learning of knowledge, not as acceptance without evidence. Okay? So long as we understand that part. Now, I would find it much more important to gain information than to gain real information that was actual and factual and had some relevance to my existence, because that's what all this knowledge is for, some sort of way of supporting my existence. The other one of gaining false beliefs, well, again, learning things that aren't true that could end up screwing me up later on in life if I try to apply them. I don't want them. But I would like to have an awareness of those falsehoods so that I can guard against making the mistakes. Now that's about the best I can do with that one. Well, thanks a lot, Noel. You do ask some thoughtful questions, I think. They're quite interesting. It'd be interesting to see what you think of them. I know you're going over them. Just so you know, everybody, the reason I like to look at questions like these, the thoughtful ones, is that it is something that causes you to go over your premises, to think about them and review them, and maybe reassess them, possibly look a little deeper at some of the potential reasons why you do things. Because things are not available to you all at once a lot of times. A lot of times it takes rehashing over a lot of ideas. I still don't know all of the chronology of my childhood and what happened. I'm piecing that together slowly as I go along, and once in a while the eureka moment comes along. That's one of the reasons why these questions are so interesting to me. You may take a look at them and try to examine them on a serious level and see what they do to you and your thinking. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye for now.